What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, XRP's price is trying to break out right now, and it is getting interesting. And so in today's video, I want to tell you exactly what to be on the lookout for, what you can be expecting from its price next, and much more. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. And guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Bitcoin, Solana, SWI, Pepe, SHIB, and many more on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means, for example, if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 on the spot to start trading with. And whatever profit you make from that $300 is all yours, no strings attached. This is literally an opportunity to make free gains during the bull market on a very, very good platform. So if you are interested in that, again, head down to the link down below and go check out BTCC. So before we talk about what's going on right here with XRP, let's kind of zoom back a little bit so you can understand the context of how we got here. Now, over the last week or two, what we've really been tracking has been this push up into this downtrend that we're seeing here. Of course, I've told you all rather consistently, I am very bullish about what we're seeing from XRP right now. And even in moments like right now where it doesn't feel that good, you start thinking, man, XRP is not doing anything. It's not going anywhere. I believe that couldn't really be further from the truth. I believe we're actually seeing XRP entering into a very, very, very good moment. And as time does progress, I think it will go to show that this was a fantastic opportunity for XRP to cool down and reset. Now, the reason why I believe that is because, quite simply, XRP is creating one of the most reliable bullish structures that there is during a bull market. And obviously it's the descending channel. A descending parallel channel is one of the most reliable structures in a bull market, which usually implies that we're seeing a correction, we're seeing a cool down, you buy at the bottom side of the channel and just give it time. And the likelihood is 80 to 84.5 to 85% of the time, you're going to see it break to the upside and start trying to continue that move upwards. It's just what normally happens. We've seen it from XRP recently with this one down here. We're in one right now. If you go back to, say, Pepe, for example, Pepe did the same thing. It broke out of a descending channel there. You go look at SWI. SWI did the same thing there. I mean, it just is what happens during bull markets. And so because of that, while everybody's been more stressed out because XRP's not done anything for 2 weeks, I'm actually really loving the fact that we're correcting. And I think this does open up a fantastic door for XRP to really start trying to gain some traction upwards. Now, as time has gone on, though, we have been executing on our plan. We were doing some purchasing right here. We did a little bit of purchasing right here while we were speculating that this is the structure that we made. And since then, it's done well. And in yesterday's video, I told you that, hey, listen, the breakout might be on the way, so I want you to watch very closely. And if it does break out, I'll tell you what I'm doing next. Well, what you can see is that XRP did give one real good push last night, and we have now seen the official breakout on the 4-hour charts. Now, I am curious to see if we got the breakout on the dailies. Yeah, I would say we've broken out on the dailies, but things are obviously getting a little bit more spicy there on the daily charts. And so what I want to do now is, now that, of course, you understand why I think what we're seeing right now is so good and what this could mean for XRP's price, let's zoom in a little bit on what is going on during this breakout, talk about if I think this is going to lead to gains, and what you can be on the lookout for next. And so, of course, let's move into the next portion of the video. And look, I will give you a little bit of a warning before we move on that some of the things that we're about to talk about might get a little bit confusing for you if you are a beginner or if you've been here a while but you're just trying to add some more tools to your toolbox. So if you do get confused, all that I ask from you is just to stick around to the end of the video. We're going to get a lot more in depth about things, and I am going to tell you how you can join the Discord server, which is where we teach all of these things in classes, lessons, workshops, live streams, and many more. And we have a community that's generating hundreds of percentages of gains every single day. And so again, if that is you, if you get a little bit confused, or if you do want to just start learning and elevating even more, please stick around to the end of the video. Just trust me on this one. So as I mentioned before, let's kind of dive into what is happening now. So what we can see is that XRP's price, yes, has gone for that 4-hour push outside of this descending channel, and I would actually say has officially made a breakout here. But the thing about it is we can't start screaming and swinging from the chandeliers and screaming Miley Cyrus lyrics because, quite frankly, we're not at that spot yet. We're still at a spot in which there are a couple things that need to happen before we can be truly confident that we're in a position for XRP to really start pushing upwards. I do believe this was the first major step in opening the door for XRP to try to push towards $3, $50, $4 highs, but there are a couple very important things. Now, what needs to happen here, okay, is called the 3-step confirmation. This is something that I've kind of put together over the last couple years that I have been studying seeing these descending channels, because if this 3-step confirmation happens, the likelihood is you're going to get a pump. I would even be willing to say if this 3-step confirmation does happen, that we will see XRP's price try to push all the way from $3.30 to $3.80, which could be a move of anywhere from 37 to 58% from where we are now. So I would say that's rather important. Now, what is this 3-step confirmation? Well, the step number 1 of the 3-step confirmation is the breakout and the test back, or the pullback, or the back test, or any of the things that you want to call it. What that simply means is that you break out of the channel, you run into resistance, and you come back down to build support on top of it. That is always step number 1. It's a very important step. Sometimes cryptos will skip step 1. They will just break out, clear step 2 and step 3, and just go for it. But that's a little nerve-wracking to me, because anytime we don't back test a resistance point, I get nervous that we're going really far, but we're going to come right back down. And so what you want to see is what we are seeing right now. What you can see is that XRP's price is trying to, successfully establish step number 1. Now, step number 1 is so crucial because if this fails, that's really actually like not good, right? If we see this fail, the likelihood is that we're going to see XRP's price have one more chance at support right around the $2.30 level. But we're probably headed back down. I mean, if we see support fail to hold and we see XRP's price lose this little support zone right here, I think, yes, us pushing back towards $2.15 to $2 is very, not even just possible, I think it's very likely. And that's obviously 10 or 15% crash to the downside, and we just don't want to see that because then it further extends everything. Now we very well may be coming back towards the green box, so less than $2, and then it's going to delay this break back up towards the top side until probably the end of the year, and it's going to be another few weeks before we see XRP's price try to gain momentum like it is right now. So we do really want to see that step number 1 holds, and quite frankly, that's all that matters right now. I am going to tell you what step 2 and step 3 are, but realistically, step 1 is all that matters, and we need to watch it closely. Now, I will say step number 1 is not as easily identifiable as you may think, and the reason I say that is because if you look at something like SWE, for example, SWE did this. So SWE's price broke out of it, came back down and built support right by it, and then it went sideways for a little while. So it looked like it was going to continue upwards from there, but then it capitulated one more time, hit it right there, and then went. So it kind of built support twice on top of this. So it's not as easy identifiable as saying this was the completion of step 1. It's just in general, we want to see a successful establishment of support on top of the zone, whether that means immediately or over time. Okay, so that is just one thing I want you to keep in mind. So that's step number 1. Now, step number 2 consists of SWE's price being able to then go. So again, this is step 1. Step number 2 is SWE's price being capable of breaking above the most recent time that we hit the top side of the channel. Now, what that looks like is we're going to say, okay, well, this right here, I said SWE, I meant XRP. We were talking about SWE just now. So XRP, okay? The second thing that we need to see, the second step for XRP, is that its price needs to be capable of breaking the previous point in which it hit the top side of the channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at XRP and say, okay, well, we had this move right here. Before this move, when was the last time that we hit the top side of the channel? Then we're going to look back here and say, oh, it was right there. So then we're going to establish that as step number 2. At $2.65, we need to be able to break that level. And the reason being is because what you have to understand is that we are still in a downtrend. Okay, and although we've broken this structure, we're still in a downtrend. We're still setting lower highs and lower lows. And so quite frankly, although sure, it's cool that we've broken out, we're still in a downtrend, and at any given point, we might just capitulate and absolutely get smashed to the downside. So what we want to see is XRP's price being capable of breaking that high, creating a new macro high, which now breaks the downtrend and validates the capitulation and opens the door for a move upwards. So very good thing there. And the very last step is that what you want to do is you want to go in and you want to draw on your Fibonacci's. You want to take a Fibonacci from your high that you put in at the top of the channel and the lowest point that you got to in the channel, and you want to identify the 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone, this golden box. The third step is clearing this golden box, because if you're capable of doing so, that opens the door to your Fibonacci retracements and your, of course, Fibonacci extensions. This is going to be the door that opens up the move towards $3.80 or $3.30, like I told you earlier. So therefore, you want to break that golden Fibonacci ratio. Now, interestingly enough, the top side of the Fibonacci ratio does align basically perfectly with that previous macro high we want to break. So step 2 and step 3 for XRP would actually be basically the same step, but it is worth noting that they are separate steps. So overall, the game plan would be, again, remember, break and hold. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Use some support to start pushing up towards 270, clear the $2.70 level. If we can do that, one cool thing to think about is the fact that we do have this structure here, whether you want to call it a little janky, ugly cup and handle pattern, Adam and Eve pattern, something like that. It does have the same breakout target, and the breakout target of a pattern of this nature would actually be all the way back up towards, well, what do you know, right under our Fibonacci extension zone at $3.30. So if we can successfully do step 1, hitting step 2 and step 3 would actually already start opening the door for that 30% move upwards. So that's also a good little signal that I wanted you to watch out for. And so with that in mind, I just wanted to kind of run you through the steps. I think we might have talked about this yesterday, but now that we are seeing this breakout happen, I really wanted to go over it again because quite frankly, it is more important now than ever now that this breakout has happened. And I need you to watch this closely. So your homework tonight is to turn on your channel. So draw in your descending parallel channel and watch as we see XRP try to backtest and hold support here. If we can maintain above, let's say $2.36 today, we'll be in a fantastic spot to really see XRP's price try to use that support to continue upwards. But obviously only time will tell, and I will be here to update you as it does play out. So do your homework, draw on this channel, keep a close eye on it, and stay tuned for the next video, as of course we will be going over it very, very shortly. And as I said before, if you're someone who is trying to simply just get better in this whole crypto thing, whether you're a beginner or whether you're advanced, but you want to just add more tools to your toolbox, what I want you to do is I want you to check out the Discord server, guys. Now let me just put it out there on the table. If you want to join the Discord server, it's a $17 a month charge or $5 a month charge. It's the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper. But what you get access to are my insights. This oftentimes includes some of the things that I'm buying and selling, my thoughts and advice and guidance on just random things happening throughout the market. You get access to our exclusive live shows that we have every single day, Q&As, Crypto Vault Lives, Fridays with Frank, and much more. You're getting daily technical analysis throughout the week, daily fundamental analysis on the market throughout the week, access to 2 teams of professional traders whose livelihood depends on them making good trades, and they're giving you their buy and sell signals every single day. You're getting access to premium classes on things like the Bollinger Bands, the Fibonacci's, 5 keys to bull market investing, and more. You're going to get access to beginners courses on things like leverage trading, on things like technical analysis. And guys, these are 30 minutes long, 20-page presentations, vocabulary, cheat sheets, and much more. You're getting access to Tips with Tyler, which are these little 2 to 3 minute long videos on these topics that you can pause and read here. And we're going to post probably 100 of these, so many more coming. And all of these things combined are cultivating a community that is learning. They're learning, and they're taking what they're learning, using it to build strategies and implementing those strategies to generate hundreds of percentages in gains a day. I mean, guys, this is just yesterday. Hundreds of percentages in gains on a consistent basis over and over and over again, because these people are, again, learning lessons, making strategies, turning those strategies into real life profit. So if you want to be one of these people who are growing at this rate and elevating at this rate, you can do it for the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper. And I think that's a fantastic deal. So head to the link down below to the Patreon, THCV. Go ahead and check out Tyler Hill's Crypto Vault and let me know what you think. But don't forget, guys, we like to post 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day here on the channel. So if you have been enjoying them, please do let us know by smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.